Hello everyone, it's Marius here, and this is a short video update to bring everyone up to speed with the latest development on the GreenScenario front. First of all, it's great that our user base is growing and we're in high teens right now. And this is very cool news, but on the other hand, it also introduces a little bit of a challenge to keep everyone updated on the latest version of the software. Because believe it or not, but we're constantly tweaking some things and then fixing little bugs here and there. And since you only kind of downloaded it once, then most of you are still running the outdated version of it. So later in this video, I'll show you how to always get the latest version. But what are the news other than bug fixes in the code that you hopefully will experience less issues with it? The major change that was introduced in the latest version, in the latest release, is that the engine component, you might notice right now it only has one output, so there is no need to connect it to. Before that, you had to have a custom preview component, and there was a connection like geometry to geometry, and there was also a node displaying materials over here. We have removed that, and then right now everything should work as expected without this, which means that in your legacy or existing Grasshopper scripts, when you update the newer version, just make sure to essentially delete the custom preview component. And we have also introduced another component over here under utilities. It's called intersecting curves. And this is essentially a pre-processing step that I'll just demonstrate what is the common issue that people experience is, when curves cross, then GreenScenario doesn't necessarily know what to do with this, and then it tells you, hey, search for these curves, right? And in this particular example, when you have sometimes multiple hundreds of curves, it's sometimes very difficult, especially if the overlap is tiny, it's very difficult to locate the actual curves that are crossing. So for that, and hats off to Wiley over here, he coded this little component that allows you to essentially grab all the curves that you have in the drawing like this, right, and connect them to the input over here, and then you will have these magenta circles that will identify all the crossings where between curves, and then you can plug this circle size into a slider and then really pin it down to where it actually happens. Super useful. It doesn't work in real time, so it's a pre-processing step. It just tells you, where the issues occur, and then you would have to fix these manually, and then plug the resulting curves into your components. So that's great. These are the two most significant changes that we have introduced. And there's also some data updates in the background. It should be more reliable and more updated when it comes to, for example, like costs and some CO2 calculations, as far as I can remember. Okay, how do we get you to use the newer version or the newest version? Right now, you just need to go to Package Manager, and then for some of you who have already used that, you can essentially download packages from online repos. What we have done right now is we have set up a Ramble specific repo. So when I search for GreenScenario, it will appear over here, and GreenScenario 2.1, you just hit install, and then each time we'll release a newer version, it should appear over here for you so that you can just update to the newest version. So how do we get you to, if you typed in GreenScenario in the search menu today, you wouldn't see GreenScenario just yet. You need to tweak a few settings in Rhino. And to avoid you manually having to go through all these steps, I have prepared an exe file that you can just execute, and then it should take care of everything for you. But before we do that, there is a word of warning. What it will do is it will delete automatically your GreenScenario 2.0 folder that you have in your Grasshopper libraries. So if for whatever reason you have important information over there, like your project files or maybe some material files that you have customized or some other customizations, make sure to, copy these first and only then run the script that I'm going to show you in a second. For the ones who have not done any customization to their GreenScenario installation, you can just proceed without paying attention to that step. You would need to navigate to this this directory. I'll post it later in the description to the video. And then essentially what you need to do is just get this gs_install script .exe. And then what you would do, I'm just thinking whether you need to close Rhino for that. Most probably you would need to close Rhino. So let's just do that. And let's not save any changes. We'll just double click this executable file. It's on network, so we'll take a second for it to download. And then what you see right now from my libraries folder, my GreenScenario 2.0 disappeared. And in the meantime, it also updated some settings in Rhino that when you start it again and you go to the project manager, package manager, you'll be able to install the newest version of GreenScenario. In the future, you should be prompted each time we'll get we'll push an update. If Rhino doesn't do this automatically, you can just check in the package manager every few weeks or so. So if I go to the package manager and then under installed categories, you'll be able to see GreenScenario, and then it will tell you which versions, like here, you'll be able to see multiple versions of these plugins, and then just select the newest and then update it. So here it's telling me that I could update to the installed version is 1.2.0, and then the newest is this one, so I can just install it. All right. Hope you're all having fun using GreenScenario, and I'm looking forward to hearing your feedback. Thank you.